What is happening, everybody? Today we cover Wanchain, one of 2018's most popular cryptocurrencies, which promises to be scalable, interoperable, and of course private. We're going to look into the top 6 ICOs which are coming out of Wanchain in the near future. And of course, we're also going to touch on a price speculation for Wanchain. So do stick about to the end for that. But coming right up, Wanchain 2018. Welcome back to BitAssist, everyone. As the name suggests, we're here to assist you in understanding Bitcoin along with other altcoins. I'm Maximilian, your crypto broker, and today we're going to speak about Wanchain. As we always do, let's first look at today's price metrics for Wanchain at around $6.46. It has been performing quite well over the last month. Today, down just over 1%, so nothing too crazy there. 24-hour volume around 12 million US dollars, so fairly high, not incredibly high, but still healthy, as I like to say. Market cap at around 685 million as well. Not incredibly huge, but if we compare it to the top 5, but still fair amount of money, and of course makes it the 34th biggest crypto on the market as of today. So still trending outside the top 20, so I do believe there's still some incredible growth to be seen coming from Wanchain. We quickly scroll down, look at some of the price action. We'll see we came out and listed finally on Binance after many months of waiting at around, got to a high of around $4.60. I did say to a lot of my clients and mates to wait for it to drop beneath $3, which it did only a few weeks later when everything else took a beating. And as of today, we're around $6 above $6.50, all-time high of around $6.75. So yeah, that's Wanchain for now. If we just look at the markets, it's just recently been listed on KuCoin as well. But mainly, most of the price action is happening on Binance if you're looking to go pick that up. But it is now on KuCoin as well, so that is really good. Awesome. So what is Wanchain? What do they represent, and how come could this be a really good long-term investment? I'm going to give you a very brief overview of Wanchain, and then going to jump on to some of its news that's come out recently. If we just look at that piece of news to look forward to, we speak about now, is that Wanchain unveils WanLab to accelerate global blockchain ecosystem. So we're going to go through that just shortly, and of course, which of these emerging ICOs will come out of Wanchain, something to look forward to. Okay, so for the new people that may not know too much about Wanchain, we're going to give you a little brief overview. Okay, so Wanchain is rebuilding finance. So firstly, it's an incredible statement, and how are they going to do this? They're going to do this with private cross-chain smart contracts. So Wanchain is creating a new distributed financial infrastructure. Cross-chain smart contracts built on Wanchain will power the new digital economy. So, what it represents is, of course, looking to reimagine a digital economy. Bitcoin was the first natively digital asset. Tens of thousands have followed. The digital economy is expanding exponentially and will soon become the economy. Okay, so digitization of assets, they see this to be very important. The future is digital in terms of money and assets. So these digital assets now operate in the domain of zeros and ones, Moore's law, and exponential scale. The impact on financial services industry will be profound. Historical example, digitization of photographs. So that is also very cool. I also like to use the example of email. As soon as we could, that was like the first killer app. We could digitize our words and send them across borders and trade, not necessarily trade because we don't trade emails, but go peer to peer with them. And I think the same is going to happen with money. It's going to be as easy as email. Soon enough, guys. Okay, so new opportunities. It says, tell your local banker to stop focusing on repairing finance and their bottom line. Instead, create banking applications and services for digital economies. And then lastly, financial infrastructure. The problem is that today's digital assets are isolated on their representative chains or blockchains. This is true because all these different blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the rest of them have all different chains and unfortunately, as of today, cannot speak to one another. Wanchain connects these assets and enables banking applications to be developed that guide their flows on-chain, removing centralized counterparty risk. So yeah, so Wanchain are all about interoperability as well, of course, as well as private transactions, and of course scalable transactions that can be used across many blockchains, which are really fast and very convenient. I do have a great article here from Hacker Noon. This explains Wanchain a little bit more here. So what is Wanchain? Wanchain's vision is rebuilding financial services, as I've said. Wanchain is a global financial platform that connects and exchanges value between different blockchains. Simply put, Wanchain is a decentralized version of traditional banks in the current and future financial landscape. We do know that banks control the world pretty much more. They literally are, not necessarily more important, but more powerful than most governments. Central banks do tend to do what they like. Now, if we were to think of a future where there is a decentralized banking system and Wanchain were to be successful, this is a multi-trillion-dollar coin. Keep this in mind. Okay, so why do we need Wanchain? We are living in times of major digital transformation, a time where digital assets are entering the financial ecosystem at an unprecedented rate. As the adoption of digital assets is increasing, we are witnessing an appreciation in the value of these assets. This necessitates the existence of a digital bridge to transfer value in the form of digital currencies or assets between different blockchains. So that's what Wanchain sees itself as well, as like a digital bridge, allowing people to firstly, via their decentralized exchange, to trade between different digital currencies, then of course to digitize something. So let's say like an asset, like let's say your car or your property, that you'd be able to simply peer-to-peer transaction, to sell your house or to sell your car. Okay, so how does Wanchain plan to achieve this massive goal? So cross-chain asset transfer, firstly, it says assets transfer would be possible across major blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as across consortium blockchains developed based on the Wanchain protocol. Community developers can create independent services. Any blockchain, private, public, or consortium chain can integrate with Wanchain to establish connections between different ledgers and perform low-cost inter-ledger asset transfers. Sounds brilliant. The protocol also ensures stability and security across all chain transfers. Now, they're also, big about privacy, which I think is good. I myself don't invest massively in private coins, but the thing is that this is a private and public, and they've integrated privacy for certain people and certain things. I do believe that no one, you should have the option of a private transfer. I think that is really good. I know Dash also have a similar sort of protocol. Okay, so transaction privacy protection. Wanchain protocol provides the option to execute private transactions similar to those provided on privacy coin platforms, based on one-time addresses and ring signatures. You may have heard of ring signatures before. That is taken from Monero. This is a fork of Ethereum and a fork of Monero. So they're putting the best of both worlds into one, which is brilliant. Wanchain also allows digital assets holders to remain anonymous on its protocols. Awesome. Okay, so that's, I think, a little bit of a long enough overview of Wanchain in general. If you would like to learn more about Wanchain and dive a little bit deeper, they do have a huge amount of resources on their website. If you go to docs, they've got white paper, yellow paper, commercial paper, and Wanchain docs. If you want a quick, easy read, go look at the commercial paper. It's an abbreviated version of both the white and yellow paper. Lovely, so that's Wanchain in a nutshell. I do want to pop onto this though, which is the most recent news out of Wanchain. So what they're doing is they're building an accelerator program called WanLab that's going to obviously help to accelerate future businesses on the Wanchain platform. So I think that is very, very exciting, and it will be great to see what sort of ICOs come out of Wanchain. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. These top first 6 ICOs are going to come from the Wanchain project, or WanLabs. Lovely. So Wanchain announces founding class of ICO projects. Wanchain announced WanLab at the World Blockchain Forum in Dubai today. This was about 5 days ago now. WanLab is an international blockchain accelerator and incubator powered by Wanchain. WAN Lab will fuel projects with mentorship, resources, and support throughout the different stages of development. Today, Wanchain announced the first 6 projects that will be channeled through WAN Lab. Wanchain will also announce the initial consortium accelerator graduates later in Q2 2018. Awesome. So that should be good news. Just want a quick quote from the president, Dustin. By supporting and mentoring the startups behind quality blockchain applications, Wanchain is seeding quality products into a blockchain industry plagued by hype and half-baked apps. Can't agree more that there are so many ICOs happening every day on Ethereum. I would say maybe only 1% will last longer than 1 to 2 years. And I do like the way he said that we are plagued by hype and half-baked apps. Yes, and if we talk about hype, there was no bigger hype than the Wanchain hype. So he knows all about hype. Just quickly to go over the benefits of WAN Lab, and then we'll quickly jump on to some of the projects we can look forward to seeing coming from Wanchain. So benefits: increased exposure and networking opportunity with investors and community in the Wanchain ecosystem. Hands-on advisory to the full spectrum of business needs, including marketing, community building, legal, and tokenomics. Marketing and PR strategic management for go-to-market launch and beyond. That sounds pretty typical of an accelerator and incubator, but what is really, really cool is that these guys have picked the first 6 and they are ready to go, or of course are in the accelerator. Awesome. Just a quick, before we move on to the projects, this is as a digital currency agnostic platform that enables the global interoperability of multiple blockchains. Wanchain will be the financial backend powering an array of industry-specific blockchains known as industry chains. That is cool. Okay, so let's look at some of the projects. We're just going to skim over them, but I'll leave this description down below if you want to check it out later. We are proud to announce the first 6 projects that will come out of our WAN Lab Accelerator program. Many are established companies with millions of current users that recognize the power of blockchain to transform their business and industry. So first up is UTour. What is UTour? So let's just highlight that for you. UTour is a tourism chain that every individual can free to choose their own travel services or products like air tickets, hotels, car rental, tourist guide tickets, etc. No more fully dependent on the OTAs. Return the gains to the service providers and travelers. Okay, so I haven't actually looked too much into this, but first impressions, I wouldn't go near it. I don't think this industry is ready yet to change. There's just too many different players here. You've got airlines, you've got hotels, you've got the rental companies, you've got the tour guides, you've got tickets. You need all these people to be able to come together and use your service, or at least listen to you. So wouldn't touch that. Sorry to say that if anybody likes that project. Okay, AllSpark. Let's take a look at AllSpark. A We Media knowledge sharing platform connects UGCs, user-generated content, We Media, and advertisers. A circle that everyone can create, can share, can gain from it. A revolutionary change of traditional advertising structure with the blockchain technologies. We Media, we spread, we gain. I do like social media platforms, and I do believe that the blockchain is probably ready to disrupt these industries, because it allows you to have a decentralized peer-to-peer network, and you don't need to share data with anybody, which is brilliant, and I think that is the way forward. So that's a cool project, just at at layman's terms level. So GameBank, what's the next one? An open, transparent, no medium gaming blockchain that every player, CP, content provider, gaming services are free to play on this chain. Virtual gear can be traded across different players and games, reshaping gaming. Okay, so we know of similar projects like Wax, Dream Team Token. I do think the gaming industry is also ready for disruption. Think about it, a lot of these gamers are already using digital assets and digital goods, trading between each other, like on platforms like Opskins, which have millions of players and millions of daily users. So I think the gaming industry is a good starting point and potentially good investments. best to take a deeper look into that. But moving on, let's go on to Abacus. I did do more research on Abacus. I kind of like them. Okay, so Abacus is an open protocol for services that facilitate financial agreements on the blockchain. It breaks down that central parties do today into smaller, more modular services like identity, compliance, appraisal, auditing, or risk assessment, represented as autonomous smart contracts on the blockchain. So that is brilliant in itself. These things can be automated. They'll be a lot more convenient, a lot faster, and a lot cheaper. And what they've said is they're going to block them into different modules. So there'll be a certain smart contract and module that focuses, like I say, on identity, another one that focuses on compliance. It continues to say the open nature of the protocol creates competition for these services and results in cheaper and faster service providers. Our mission is to create the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future and to pave the way for total automation of financial agreements. Now that is what I'm talking about. This is something that could disrupt, not necessarily this coin, but their ethos and what they want to do is what cryptocurrency is all about. It's about creating a decentralized financial infrastructure of the future, and that will allow you to do automation of financial agreements between one another. The banking system is slow now. It is really, really expensive to do lots of different things. They're all mostly brick and mortar. Obviously, a lot is going online now. But we want to automate this industry and make it cheaper and more transparent and, of course, decentralized. And then lastly, my favorite one of them all is called Crypto Curve. And what is Crypto Curve? Okay, so Crypto Curve is unifying the activities of blockchain investment. The Curve wallet is building the premium gateway into crypto, the browser to blockchain. Powered by Wanchain, the Curve wallet will bring interoperability and the benefits of decentralization to all. Crypto Curve is launching a massive initiative to engage the current crypto community so we can bring the benefits of blockchain technology to the world. Awesome. I know Crypto Curve did just win an award in, there we go. This is Dustin Byington that posted this. He's actually the chairman of Wanchain. Says, woot. I think that means like he's happy. Member of Wine Labs founding class, Crypto Curve wins pitch competition in Dubai. So they're obviously doing something right and have been awarded as winners of a competition in Dubai. So that's good for them, obviously. And then lastly, out of the first 6 that will come on to Wanchain is Freedom. Freedom is dedicated to fostering financial inclusion and unleashing the potential of emerging and developing economies, starting with the launch of the first commodity-backed stable digital currency using blockchain technology. Stable coins, I think, are going to be a big thing Q3, Q4, and into 2019. We are obviously in much needed position for stable coins. Of course, we have Tether, but that is shrouded in a mystery of where the money is and all the rest. It does say here, Freedom was founded by Keba Kende, Chairman and CEO of Millennium Finance Corporation. The Chief Strategy Officer is Aaron Duta, former Global Head of Blockchain of IBM. So these are 2 big guys, 2 big powerhouses in their particular industries. So you could, rest assured that, they know what they're doing and they're looking to disrupt a certain market using the blockchain. And can't think of anything better than disrupting finance. Cool, so that's just the few of the projects in layman's terms that WANLab will be, which will be the first 6 from WANLab, and a few of the ones that we can look forward to. Okay, so just before we do go and finish up, I just want to quickly take you through the Wanchain team. I do believe the teams are usually the most important thing in a project. Remember, humans make projects. I know that a lot of this is going to be autonomous in the future, but today we need strong, influential, and hard-working humans behind each of these projects, and this is what I'm investing in. As an entrepreneur, I'm investing in the teams. And of course the technology is important, but it's clear that Wanchain have their main net already, and that is really, really awesome. Let's take a quick look at Jack Liu, who's a founder of Wanchain, and of course the founder of Factom as well back in 2014. Jack Liu graduated from Peking University and the Ohio State University. blockchain entrepreneur and technical expert, co-founded Factom in 2014, founded Wanchain Tech, which brings blockchain technology to a greater range of applications. So if you know anything about crypto from, between 2013 and today, Factom was one of the most talked about cryptos in 2014. Still today, of course, still operating over $1 billion cryptocurrency, I believe, and help with lots of different back-end things like shipping and supply chain management. So also an industry ready for disruption. We just look at his LinkedIn here quickly. He is, of course, co-founder and CEO of Wanchain Tech. We've said co-founder and CTO of Factom, and worked at Hewlett-Packard for over 3 years, and is well respected in the industry. Got an MBA between 2005 2007, Masters of Science, Applied Economics. So yeah, intelligent man, well known in the crypto space and well respected, and of course someone worth investing in if you like to invest in teams. But this is the real guy behind, not the real guy, but the guy that I really, really like and think he's will be a recognizable figure in crypto over the coming years. Dustin Byington, just a quick blurb here, says about himself. I graduated from Columbia University in 2007 and went to work at Goldman Sachs 1 year before the financial collapse. Watching the banking meltdown from inside, I came to the realization that the problems were systemic and that solutions would need to come from outside the existing system. 100% agree. Embarking on a journey of financial entrepreneurship, I received my MBA from the University of Michigan and co-founded multiple companies with the blockchain space: Satoshi Talent, Tendermint, Stokens, and Venture Capital. A few of you might be familiar with Tendermint, really strong scaling project for Bitcoin, and is also working with the Cosmos network. It says now, I am now the president of Wanchain, a blockchain that is rebuilding the financial services industry using digital assets and private cross-chain smart contracts. So I like the fact that he's seen the old legacy system for himself, working at Goldman Sachs. He saw the issues of the industry and now wants to use the blockchain to develop a brighter future and easier future for everyone to transact online. Brilliant. So let's quickly go back to where we started and give a good old price speculation on Wanchain. Okay, so when Wanchain was ready to hit the market, I did say to a few of my clients and my mates around me, listen, wait for it to go sub $3 to pick some up. And it did that, and a lot of people did pick up sub $3. But today we're around $6.44. I think that's still incredibly cheap, considering how much influence this chain could have in the coming years and months. I'm going to give this at the end, man, it's really, really tough sometimes saying these numbers because a lot of the time I sound ridiculous saying them. But I do think this is at the very minimum a $65 to $80 coin within 18 months. It could potentially get there before the end of this year. But let's see. I do know in June they will be integrating Bitcoin into their network, so that can only help. And they've already had their main net, so that's priced in. They've already got their wallet out, that's priced in. These few ICO projects that are coming out, they could be really successful themselves and garner a lot of network effects. So that could really help the price. And of course, as the bull run comes back, a lot of people that really wanted Wanchain in the beginning will feel like they're going to miss out if they don't get any. So yeah, I do think this needs to improve the 24-hour volume if it wants to be a powerhouse in the industry and get into maybe the top 20. But 400 odd million away from $1 billion market cap, I give this $65 price range, which is basically 10x again from here. It's funny how a lot of these coins we do a speculative price prediction on are 10x gains from here. So let's see. let's see. If the whole market were to 10x from here, we're looking at about a 4 trillion market cap over the next 18 months. And I don't think that's too unmanageable, considering we almost got to a trillion less than 3 months ago. Okay. So my price prediction, remember, don't take it to heart. This is not financial advice. I'm just a guy who enjoys cryptocurrency and runs a cryptocurrency company and enjoys helping people learn about this stuff. So I would say, to be safe, between $60 and $80. If I had to give a number, I would say $65 before the end of 2019 and potentially before the end of this year. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, guys. Not the longest video today. I usually do tend on rambling. I actually have no idea how long this one was, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, if you liked this, give it a thumbs up now. Just go down, click on that thumbs up button. If you've enjoyed this even slightly, it really does help. Also on the right hand side, you'll see subscribe. Click on that. And if you want to get like on the hour news, do click on the bell button. That will give you a notification as soon as we come out with some crypto news, or of course a coin. And then share this with your friends and family if they want to learn about a certain coin. We do have plenty of reviews. We like to do this hopefully every single day. And that's about it from me again today. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm Maximilian, your crypto broker. See you guys again tomorrow.